Y'all know him, being the giant that I know him to be. They poked the bear, and then the bear cut his hair. Now he's got his helmet on. He's got his helmet on and he's getting ready for war. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's make some noise for the legendary skateboarder from New York City. Let's go. From special guests to a 4-hour delay to what Pharrell said, Jay-Z's Extra Innings show, which closed out 3 consecutive nights at Yankee Stadium, was one of the most chaotic shows ever in every sense of the word. 10,000 people were locked out of the building even though they had tickets, while 30,000 were locked in. But from the wait to the guests to the preview of what's to come, this was the best hip-hop show I have ever seen in my life. It's going to go down in the history books as one of the crown jewels of live events in the history of the genre. If you're ready to get into all of this and what to expect from Jay-Z going forward, because he promised a lot, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and support Hip Hop Prime. Jay-Z's Extra Innings show closed out his Reasonable Doubt 30th anniversary run, following the Friday, July 10th show and the Blueprint show on Saturday, July 11th. Then came July 12 with Extra Innings, which ultimately turned into July 13. With the bar already set so high by shows that brought out Nas and Eminem on back-to-back nights and featured 2 of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time, the fact that the Extra Innings show will be the one talked about in history books forever is remarkable. Despite everything that happened, it still ended up being one of Jay-Z's greatest performances. It's a testament to his greatness. And let me just say, as somebody who was there in the crowd and among the first people to get inside when the doors opened at around 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time, the experience of waiting for the show to start was brutal. For those who don't know what happened, let Jay-Z explain it. They closed all the doors because somebody rushed the entrance. They shut everything down for your safety and everybody else's safety outside. There's 10,000 people outside. I didn't want to stop the music and have people get trampled, so I know it's an inconvenience and I'm really sorry, but I had to make sure everybody was okay. People broke down a barricade and got in without tickets. That's obviously a major safety issue involving fire codes, crowd surges, and overall security. Because some people decided to do that, Jay-Z didn't begin performing until around 12:20 a.m. Eastern Time. A show scheduled for Sunday, July 13 didn't actually begin until Monday, July 13th. Even people like Fabulous, A$AP Rocky, and Charlemagne were locked out of the venue. But once everyone got inside and Jay-Z started his after-midnight performance, it became the most ethereal experience of my life. The person next to me, the person behind me, from LeBron James to the fans sitting at the very top of the grandstands, we all shared something so chaotic yet so beautiful, something so hip-hop, something so New York. The entire world was asleep. The entire city was asleep. It was a Sunday night turning into Monday morning. People had work the next day. It really hit me when Jay brought out Clipse to perform Grindin' at Yankee Stadium at exactly 2:15 a.m. When I saw Pusha T come out in his blue suit with Malice standing beside him, I looked around and thought, there's no way this is real. I had to be dreaming. There's no way this could be reality that we're standing in Yankee Stadium at 2:15 in the morning on a Sunday night, technically Monday morning, watching Clipse perform Grinding alongside Jay-Z. As chaotic as everything was, this felt like a dream. It was a hip-hop head's dream, a music lover's dream, a New Yorker's dream. When you looked around and realized how late it was, how the sky looked, how the air felt, how the lights in the surrounding buildings were off, and yet 50,000 of us were still inside going bar for bar with Pusha T and Malice, losing our minds for Rihanna, or simply standing in awe of everything Jay-Z was doing. It was unforgettable. Jay-Z did this over and over again throughout the night. He didn't just put on a show, he created a dream. This was something greater than a normal concert. The chaos somehow added to it. Now, if you had told me or anyone else in that building at 11 p.m. that we'd be saying that, we would have looked at you like you were crazy. But when the lights turned red, everyone rushed back to their seats after charging their phones, and that Dynasty intro hit, we were transported into something special. How lucky are we to witness the Michael Jordan of rap still move like Michael Jordan, even year 30 of his career? What other craft or performer can you say that about besides Jay-Z? Out of every concert I've ever attended, every live event I've experienced, and every show recorded in hip-hop history, when it comes to music, hip-hop, New York, and an atmosphere that can genuinely change your life, this show delivered on every level. It wasn't just a great concert, it was a hip-hop dream, a fantasy brought to life in the very birthplace of the genre. You literally cannot get closer to hip-hop's home than Yankee Stadium. From being in hip-hop's home, to having the GOAT arguably perform there, to watching Jay-Z command nearly 50,000 people.
Jay-Z performed songs from 12:20 a.m. until 2:55 a.m. He joked about playing until 5 a.m., and honestly, he probably could have. Nobody would have left. Overall, while the guests added excitement, energy, and plenty of memorable moments, and we'll get to that, Jay-Z is simply so good at rapping that it's hard to argue against him being the GOAT after witnessing these shows. Think about it. He's 56 years old, performing 3 nights in a row, covering songs that span 3 or 4 different decades. Those records represent completely different styles, from the 90s classics to the 2010s hits. When you go from performing So Appalled or Click to Can I Live or Brooklyn's Finest, it almost feels like 2 entirely different genres. Then you see the way Jay seamlessly blends verses from different songs into one performance. During Girls, 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 he transitions into '03 Bonnie and Clyde. Or when he performs Empire State of Mind and flips it directly into Welcome to New York City. The level of skill required to do that is extraordinary, and we've never seen anyone do it better than Jay-Z. What makes Jay-Z, in my opinion, the best performer in hip-hop right now, and that's a major title, is that he encompasses everything. Unlike someone like Kanye, who is incredible with design, staging, and theatrical presentation, but has fallen off in terms of live rapping and performance energy, Jay excels at every aspect. He sounds like a wizard on stage, like a walking SportsCenter top 10 highlight. When you hear him rap and see how he combines it with the production, the visuals, the live band, the guests, the lighting, and every little detail, it's clear that Jay-Z has created the most premium live music experience available today. It's something every fan should aspire to see at least once. But it doesn't stop there. What Jay-Z also proved during this show is that nobody can bring together the music industry quite like he can. No artist performing at this scale could bring out the caliber of guests that Jay brought to this stage. From Bun B and Beyoncé to Teyana Taylor and Usher, from Jermaine Dupri and The Dream to Jeezy, Joe and Jada, Fabulous, Clipse, Swizz Beatz, and more. And that's after nights that already featured Nas and Eminem, 2 artists consistently mentioned alongside Jay in discussions about the greatest rappers ever. Nobody else can do this. Some people will try to turn that into criticism. They'll say Jay-Z needed guests to sell out the venue, or that he's relying on star power to elevate the show. We're not doing that today. This is a testament to Jay-Z's greatness. Don't be fooled. When those artists stepped on stage with Jay, what you were seeing was years and years of relationships, respect, influence, and credibility paying off. Whether it was No Church in the Wild with The Dream, Jay performing Empire State of Mind before transitioning into Welcome to New York City, Joe and Jada appearing for New York, Usher singing Song Cry, Jeezy joining Hav on stage, Rihanna performing Run This Town, and Beyoncé making her appearance, every moment felt iconic. Jay-Z combined elite-level rapping, the greatest guest list imaginable, and one of the most unreal environments ever created for a live show. Then he mixed all of that with the chaos that surrounded the event. And yes, that chaos was frustrating. It was the most chaotic concert experience I've ever witnessed. People next to me had work the next day. Others had flights to catch. Many were stressed, disappointed, and exhausted. There were also thousands of people locked out of the venue, which was a nightmare in itself. But almost everyone who was there will tell you the same thing. The moment that Dynasty intro started, none of it mattered. To get a show like that in the middle of the night while the rest of the world slept was something truly special. The atmosphere was unlike anything I've ever experienced. If the logistics weren't so chaotic, I honestly say we should start doing concerts between midnight and 3 a.m. again, because there was something magical about it. When songs like Song Cry and Never Change were being performed in those conditions, the experience felt different. I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried during Never Change at Yankee Stadium. It was such a beautiful moment. That song has been part of my life for so long, and hearing it there while the world around us was silent was overwhelming. The sky felt different. The air felt different. Outside of our little Jay-Z bubble, everything was calm and quiet. Inside that bubble, it felt like we were living in a dream. And if Jay-Z ever tops this show, we're going to be having even bigger conversations, because in all my years of attending concerts, and I feel like I've seen quite a few, this was the greatest night I've ever experienced in hip-hop. Going back to that moment with Pharrell, we know what it means. We know what it confirmed. We can all see it. We can all feel it. And putting any beef aside, because who cares about the people who continue trying to push Jay-Z to prove himself? This is confirmation that everything Jay-Z is doing right now isn't just about celebrating the past, it's about building the future. We're getting a new Jay-Z album, and we're getting something much bigger than just an album. We're getting an entire experience. At this point, all we can really do is be excited. The way Jay-Z is moving right now, the best comparison I can make is like watching Michael Jordan still in his prime 30 years after being drafted. Still competing, still dominating, still setting the standard for everyone else. That's what this feels like. This wasn't just another great performance. This was a world-stopping moment, a world-stopping show, something that captured the attention of an entire nation. This is the momentum Jay-Z has right now. This is the rollout. This is the buildup. And if he keeps this going, we're in for something truly special. At this point, all we can really do is wait and see where it leads. Until then, we already received an incredible reward in the form of the stories, the classics, the unforgettable moments, and yes, even the chaos. Because what we witnessed was hands down one of the most memorable live hip-hop shows in years. One of the greatest spectacles the genre has seen in a very long time. Hold on to this moment, because when we look back at the history of hip-hop, at Jay-Z's career, and at his place within the culture, this is going to be one of those moments that you simply cannot leave out of the story. With all that said, let me know your thoughts on Jay-Z, this show, this run, and everything it represented, the messages it sent, the significance behind it all. I still can't believe I got to witness it. It happened just a few hours ago, and it still feels unreal. A genuinely unbelievable experience. Honestly, I don't even have the words for it yet. I'm still in shock. I don't even know how I'm recording this right now. But if you made it this far in the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and support Hip Hop Prime. I truly can't thank you enough for all the support. We're back. We're really back. And on a personal note, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for being here. Moving forward, we're only focused on doing our best work, making the best videos, telling the best stories, covering the biggest moments in hip-hop. So stick around, because we've got a lot more to talk about, and I've got a lot more to say. And if you want to check out another important video about Jay-Z, be sure to watch the suggested video on the end screen.